Hello, students. I thought it would be helpful if you and I walked through the assignment called Creating Finding Aids, which is due April 1st. Before you can do this assignment, you must complete the Find the Series assignment and fill out the survey because the information on those two documents will help you create the complete finding aid, okay? So first of all, I'm in, of course, the Assignments Weekly, and this is the folder that says Creating Finding Aids. And I've included 4 documents. Now the first document is the virtual collection, except this virtual collection has some of the corrections on the discrepancies that some of you have found. So they're in brackets, and you just scroll down. You see this here, we had to correct the Anne's name. This is not unusual when archivists go through collections. Sometimes they see variations of names and they want to make sure they have it that it's spelled correctly. So they go through vital stats. The same thing a genealogist would do just to confirm the spelling of a name. So that's in there now. Remember the pictures of the classmates? Now you'll notice I removed, I don't know what date was, like a 2000 date. Again, this is a fake collection, so I'm just piecing things together. These dates here are really important, but some students got confused by that, so I just removed that so that wouldn't make it confusing for you. So we got our photographs here. I think I made a notation here that these are minutes of the DAR meetings, but of course it's a fake collection, so they're not really DAR meetings. You just have to pretend. So I'm just reminding you, please don't overthink this. These are pretend minutes of the DAR meetings. And then we have, of course, additional information. I've got some dates here, correct date, a discrepancy on a date. It was really 1920, not 1955 or something like that. I don't quite recall. So you can see they're corrected. And you do want to use this when you start describing your series, because then you can see exactly what they are. So this is kind of the updated version of our virtual collection. Okay, then the next thing I have here is let's do this one here, this last one. This is the Lidstone background notes. This is additional information about Anne that's going to help you with your finding aid. So you'll see that I have information about who she is. So this information here, you read it, and then from what you have read, formulate a paragraph or two, a biography of Anne Lidstone. That's going to go under your biographical notes. Then I've got additional information. I say use the following information for the acquisition notes, which is on our finding aid. So you're going to take this and formulate a sentence. Then I have this information, which is about the provenance of the collection, where it was found, who found it, where it was found, a little bit of information about the donor and Anne. So you want to put together, yes, 2 sentences or a small paragraph on provenance. So that information is going to help you. And then lastly, we have a manuscript number. And so where you see on your finding aid, a signed ID number, that is what you're going to put. So this is additional notes that'll help you fill out your finding aids. Okay, you're going to use that together with your survey notes and your series. Now, this is an example of what the assignment end product looks like. Now, this is another collection I did years ago, another a virtual collection for another class. So this is, again, a pretend collection, Harrisburg Public Library, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So this is the format you're going to be using. Let me show you your template. This is your template here. Okay, let's put them side by side. Let's enlarge that a little bit. We'll make this 125 and we'll make this 125. So see, side by side, this example is supposed to help you. So right here you put the name of the library. I think it's the Prescott Public Library Special Collections, and then the address. Okay. And then this is the abstract information. So the creator's name. Now the creator's name is not the donor. The donor did not create the collection. The donor found the collection. The creator is Anne. I mean, these letters were to her. She kept those photographs for herself. the one photograph of a childhood friend. These are all things that she put together. So we call that the creator or compiler of the paper. So this is where you would put her name. Now the type of collection is are the papers. So you would put papers here. Look at this one, Edward P. Elliott Jr. Papers. If this was a collection of Anne's stuff plus other, a collection of postcards and whatnot, a bigger collection of a lot of different stuff, then it would be Anne Lidstone, and then down here would be collection. Or if this was a business record, like the Anne Lidstone Hat Company, and then down here would be records. So you see what I'm trying to say here? In this case, it's just papers. So we're going to put papers. Now, the inclusive dates is the date range of the collection, the earliest, oldest, to the latest. And then the bulk dates are those, most of the collection falls under specific date range. So you have to put that here. And the bulk dates, not the inclusive date, bulk dates. Extent means size. So we do know that from the acquisition notes or the accession notes, it's a 1 letter size box. So we're just going to put that information in here. Let's put 1 manuscript size box, and then in parentheses let's put cubic feet and linear feet. So we would put a 1 manuscript size box, and in parentheses we could put like I think it was 0.34 cubic feet based on what was on page 47 in our textbook. And then our linear feet, I mean, it's not going to take up hardly any space on the shelf. So you can put in a minimum 0.5 linear feet if you want. It's kind of rounded out. Now, in the real world class, I know this collection would be in more than 1 box. It'd probably be in like 2 or 3 boxes because of scrapbooks. But we're just pretending here, okay? We're just pretending it's all going to go in this box, okay? And then a donor's name. Who is that donor? You want to put that there. Who's the processor? That's you. You put your name there. And then the ID number. Remember what I said? That's the manuscript number. So now we have acquisitions. So that's the accession of the information. Look how I did the accession here. I mean, look what I did here. James Elliott donated the Edward P. Elliott Jr. papers to the Holton Public Library. Nope, that's a Harrisburg. I want to make that Harrisburg. That's an error. Let's fix that. Special collections on December 2nd, accession number, and then there it is. So you're going to write your acquisitions information in a form of a sentence. And the provenance as well. I have the provenance information, so you're going to formulate a paragraph and for Anne Lidstone and put it there. Now the restrictions is here. You're probably saying, well, why is restrictions here first before everything else? It really doesn't matter. Every institution is going to be slightly different. The important thing is that these fields are here, okay? So with restrictions, in this case, there are no restrictions. So you put no restrictions, open for research. Your biographical notes go here, just like here. And then your scope and content. Now, scope and content is what is in a collection so that the users know exactly what's in there. So that's why you want to see the virtual collection again. You can be more descriptive now. So you put a fairly decent descriptive, what's in the collection. And then organization of series. This is where your series assignments come in. I know there are different options for your series. So, use the one you find it is the most comfortable and what you think is useful to the users. And then each series is going to have a series description. See, that's why we don't have to be detailed in our finding aids. See the series descriptions here? And then look at the finding aids here. You don't see descriptive notes here like letter to this, letter from so-and-so to so-and-so. No, it's such a small collection. So in this case here, Folder 1 has letters from 1942. Folder 2 has letters from 1943, and so forth. They're not that descriptive because the user can look at the series description. Sometimes with small manuscript collections, we do itemize, especially if they got some interesting things. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But really, really large collections, we don't do that. There's not enough time in the day, let alone staffing, to itemize collections. They usually are organized down to the folder level. And unless something is very unique, will it be itemized. And certainly is referenced in the scope and content. Sometimes you find something really unique, you got to mention it in scope and content so that the user knows. So the finding aids the container list is here. And you notice And this collection is also one box. But we just put, see, box folder, and then series, and then this means box 1, and this means folder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But you don't see box 1, box 1, box. That's not necessary. It's just too messy for the eye. So please do not do that. So that's basically your assignment. If you have any questions, you're just not sure, you email me. If you want to set up a time for us to talk over the phone, I am happy to do that. If you want to Skype, that's great too. Because I want you just to get a feel for how to put a finding aid together that is used. Of course, this is a finding aid that's in print form. There are finding aids that are online as well, like Archon and Archivist Toolkit, but we're not going to be doing that right now. If you want to see what Archivist Toolkit looks like, I can show you the Maine Maritime Museum. I think Archon, Maine Maritime Museum. Let's see. I don't think it's that one there. Archon, Maine Maritime Museum. There it is. So this is an online cataloging program for archives. Now, these collections here, I'll show you. So let's look at this collection here. This is a Robert B. Appleby collection. This is how the user views it. And you can see the series and the see, this is a series, and then these are the folders, and drops down more. For it should be a link. That should work. So you can see we're just opening up more and more. But I had for me to have created this, there was a behind the scenes program that I input this information in. Right now we're on the user side of it. I don't believe I have access to this anymore. If I do, it'll come up and I can show you. Let's see. Oh yes, it does. So there it is. So this is the cataloger's end, I believe, if I'm looking at this correctly. I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I am in there. And I believe that when I'm going to log out. I'm going to go down here and log in. I think there was a section that would be the administrative end, but I don't know if it's going to, I'm trying to remember. The admin end. See if I can get in there. So this is the cataloging end of it. And I think we're going to open this up. So let's see, collections. And it would be collection manager. And so here's Robert Appleby. And see these fields? The title field, the repository, the manuscript number, sort title, the normal date is the bulk dates and inclusive dates. This is the normal date are the inclusive dates. Predominant date is the bulk dates, and then the type of collection, type of material you have, collection. You do papers, blueprints, whatnot. 5 boxes. So all of these are different descriptions. See, abstract scope. This is a cataloging program. It's called Archon for archives. So I'm going to log out of here. And what we're doing is we're doing a print copy. So you know, because we're just doing an intro class, and I just want to share that with you. And then I also have a link here of some finding aids to the Library of Congress. They have so many, so I thought you could take a look at them and see how they do it. They're very descriptive, but that's there for just for you to look at. So pretty much that's what we've got. And like I said, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. We can set up a time to call, or we can Skype or Google Chat, whatever you want. All right?